They're going for a subtle look. Thanks, appreciate. Huh? Hey, yeah, for a couple days. You ain't seen me. You ain't seen me. I ain't seen you. What's going on, guys? RoadKingSino here, bringing you another episode of the Dirty Left Shoe Chronicles. You dig? In this episode, I'm actually going to be working on this Harley Davidson Vrod CVO. If you guys have been hanging in there with me, you've seen me do a review on this bike a few weeks back. If you haven't seen it, I'll make sure I link that video in the description. But we're going to be doing an install. We're going to be installing some LED lights on this bike. So the owner of this bike, when it comes to the LED lights, are looking for a subtle look. They don't want anything crazy or, you know, over the top. And I kind of agree with them. I am inclined to agree with them for this particular setup because this is a beautiful bike. I mean, for this CVO, if I own this CVO, I probably would do next to nothing to it, even though I would be tempted, to be honest. But you know, it's just beautiful as it sits. So they're looking for a subtle glow for it, so we're gonna see what we can pull off with it, guys. I'll go ahead over here now and show you the light set that they came with. All right, so this is through a company called Dark Eagle. As you can see, pretty much a generic company like any other brand that you might see on Amazon. Nothing big or drawn out as far as the company. These are not like strips, rather they are like pods. So they're like LED pods. It's 8 of them, and we'll strategically place them around different parts of the motorcycle to give it a good glow, to give it a nice glow, and to make it, we're going to try and keep it classy with the look. You know, we don't want to go overboard. They don't want to go overboard with the light setup, and I agree with them on that. And we also have this Greyhawk RD8 Power Sports amplified sound bar, which we will be hopefully placing somewhere in this region. I'm not sure if I'm going to have to make some custom brackets or something for it, but they want that installed too, so guess what? We're going to get it done for them. Alright guys, so I found something interesting, which is always kind of cool when you're dealing with installs on motorcycles, especially if it's for someone who purchased a used motorcycle or whatnot. He had a little rocker switch right here, so it is a switch right here, which we went ahead and assumed that it was a switch to something. So it was a switch to some type of accessory, and I didn't know what, so I figured I would trace it. And I haven't gotten this switch functioning yet, but lo and behold, if you look right here, I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Let's go over on the other side, get a better shot. Right here and right here, from what I can see so far. I can pretty much guarantee about 90% that switch is for these LED lights that are already on here. So first thing we're going to do is try and get this switch working. Check the fuse, things like that. Go ahead and trace the wiring for it and see if we can get it working and see how the lights look that are currently on there, and then we could go from there. If not anything, it'll let me know a decent amount of info about placement for these other lights. That's the thing, guys, when you get these bikes, check them out, man. A lot of times they are like some little special goodies there for you. You just hope that they're good goodies, because regardless if these aren't working at the moment, I can tell it's not because of crazy wild wiring or things that's not in place or where they shouldn't be. But you know, sometimes you can get, you know, a couple of little goodies or hidden goodies there, man, that are actually good when you pick these bikes up. Alright guys, so we got good news and bad news. Good news is that the switch, I got it working. It goes to an existing set of lights for this bike. It's not really any bad news outside of the fact that what do you do when something like this happens and a customer or the owner or rider, where have you, didn't know that they had previous existing LEDs on it. Well, the dishonest person is gonna just kind of probably just say, oh well, and still install their setup anyways and don't tell anything to the customer or to the rider and whatnot. Me, I'm a little bit more honorable than that, man. I'm definitely a lot more honorable and straight up than that. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm going to give the rider a shout, get a rider a call, let them know that they have existing lights on here that I actually got them working. Take some shots of it, send it to them so they can see what type of lights they're actually working with, and they can make a decision. But it's always up to the customer, and it's always up to the rider to give them what they want so they are satisfied with their ride. In my opinion, I mean, they look pretty good. They got a light right there, so you got a light that's bouncing off of, and they concealed it pretty good. That's why you see it's got the chrome housing. Unless you're looking for it, you're not really paying attention. I didn't spend enough time with this bike to know that this bike had these lights on it, versus just doing a review. But they have LEDs right there. Like I said, 2 right here, 2 on the other side, and then they have 1 right here on this rear caliper. So the switch was right here. I had to kind of run the wiring, and bingo, that's what we got. So we got a couple of them that are out right here. All of those are lit. All of these are lit. This is lit. Let's check the other side. And it looks like all of these are lit too as well. Let me show you these lights, and I want you guys to let me know what you think. These are the lights that the customer has on his bike, the existing lights that he purchased the bike with. So I don't know, man. I messaged them and let them know that, you know, if you're looking for subtle, this actually might be enough, man. Whoever did the lights, they did a pretty decent job. I'll still go over it and make sure everything is where it should be as far as wiring and whatnot. And make sure it's cool. I didn't really see a big reason why the rocker switch wasn't working, besides the fact that it's kind of cheap. I jumped it. I jumped the wire and it worked. I ended up getting it to work. So at most I might replace the switch if need be. But let me know in the comment section what you guys think. If he should leave it like this, or we should go ahead and install those 8 LED pucks. Me personally, if I'm sticking to the theme and I'm keeping it simple, not going overboard, honestly, I will probably leave these. Alright guys, so heard back from the owner, and I sent them pictures of it as well as video, and that subtle look is what they're looking for. And me personally, I do think that they made the right choice. So this is for all the businesses out there who would have took them lights off and installed the lights that the customer bought for them, knowing that they didn't know that they had lights on there already. So we're just gonna go over all the wiring and ensure that everything is good to go as far as connection, and at most we probably will replace the switch. Alright, what's going on guys? So we are done with the install. The rider actually wanted to go ahead and keep the lights that were on there that I got working. I did install a new switch, a better switch, weatherproof and things like that. It should last a lot longer, and the wiring was pretty decent, so I just went over it to make sure everything was good to go. So I'll show you that. I'll show you the sound bar that I installed, which is pretty much straightforward. It's pretty decent for what it is. You know, if you just want some sound on there and you're just looking to have some beats, some type of music on your motorcycle, I think it's a cool little accessory to have on there. It actually goes pretty well with this bike in terms of you know, the look and the style, because this bike does have, you know, a lot of chrome and things like that on it. We got a nice push button switch right there. See, nice and clean, nice clean install. And then this is the sound bar. Only thing I don't like about this is they had some cheap brackets for this setup, and I went ahead and opted to get some brackets that were more fitting for this style. Also that complemented, you know, all of this chrome, so I went ahead and ordered these aftermarket chrome brackets for it. I had to make these smaller brackets in the back that holds it in, because it doesn't sit at the perfect angle, so I kind of had to make these smaller brackets in the back and kind of put a slight angled bend in them to get the sound bar to sit right. And these screws are actually terrible, the screws that came with the kit, so I will have to replace these ones because 2 of the short ones actually stripped. So they had longer ones there too, for if you use the bracket And I ended up having to use the long ones because the smaller ones just weren't doing it. But that's no big deal. That's just a quick run to the hardware store. Overall, it's on there, it's solid. So let me just kind of let you guys hear what this thing sounds like. They have a battery tender right here. So by them having a battery tender right here, everyone knows that I normally use SAE connectors with any of my accessories, or with the majority of my accessories, to make sure it's no parasitic draw, you know, when you have your bike sitting, you know what I mean, sitting in a garage for periods of time or what have you. So what I went ahead and did is I took this stereo setup, and I have another SAE connector up here. And when they want to listen to their radio, all they have to do is plug from here to here and tuck, and they're good. At the end of the evening or at night, whenever they decide to take their bike in, all they have to do is disconnect the SAE cable and plug their battery tender up into the wall as normal. So I'll probably put some type of cover over top of this at some point, maybe in a chrome or something, just to clean it up a little better. But for right now, that is good and it's pretty neat. And again, I just have to take and put some shorter screws in there. I'll also probably go ahead and get those chrome auxiliary Bluetooth. Alright, then you just take your phone, which I already went ahead and paired them. Oh man, we're getting in the sound competition with this, baby. I'm playing. It's something cool if you're looking. I'm trying to catch the copyright, guys. So that's it, pretty much. You know what I mean? It was pretty much a simple install. When I do stuff, I really like for it to look neat for the most part. It's crazy, the older I get, the more neater I like things to be. So it was pretty straightforward and whatnot. Hardest thing was trying to give it that stock look, or give it that look that it came like that from the factory. Outside of that, it just really wasn't too bad as far as the install. Y'all know I love the V-Rods. This, again, CVO V-Rod, man, is a beast. Let me know in the comment section what you think, guys. Let me know what you think of the sound bar. Let me know what you think of the light choice. I mean, like I said, the rider, he went ahead and said, hey, that's what I like. I wanted an orange. And I think it was a smart move for him to do. If you haven't done so already, make sure you comment, like, subscribe. Most of all, share this video. I appreciate you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.